but check this out. Easter brunch. This whole show today is going to be designed around your stuff away. You don't want to leave early because if you have your pump, your gas is a little bit higher. The only thing that's not hot, that's a good thing too. So, the spinner is the only tool I have. Tonight, spinning away to make sure that there's some people here that they've been hanging on since day one, and we're a giving show. We give away typically a $200 spin. All you got to do here right now and say, hey, we put a little red tag and reach in there and say, hey, three $200 winners. Okay. Well, today, high. So I want you to be prepared. Don't leave yet to accommodate these ridiculous gas prices. By the way, if I'm going to miss this Jeep that I've been driving. It's a beautiful midnight. Beautiful Jeep, and that's going to be going away here on the 16th of April. We do car business for those of you that are new. We're able to buy. It's our flagship drive. It's a 4-cylinder automatic 4-door. It's a family of 5, fits in there perfectly. And we love giving these away, and we deliver to your front door. There's no cost to you whatsoever, except for what your state's possible registration fees may be. But nonetheless, it's a great deal. So, and we give away a lot of other things too. I want to say hello. Like age 9, sitting around the round table there at Ordell's house. I'm telling you, she is the youngest. Now the oldest, my sister. Now I'm just kidding, Sue. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say who's old or who's the oldest, but Shelby is our youngest. Hello, Sue, by the way, Reno, Nevada. Glad you're here. Hey, how about them Raiders? You're going to love that new wide receiver you guys picked up here a couple days ago. Maybe we'll actually sit through a whole game this year. Anyways, what else is happening here? Easter brunch, yes. Here's what we're going to do. We're having the Easter brunch part 3. It's a 3-part series. This is obviously part 1, and the objective of this show is to have a little fun, give some money away, and actually maybe learn something in the food business. Now, God gifted me with some creative skills way back in the day. I never used them really until recently. About a year ago, I started this food show, 4 o'clock Mountain Time on Saturdays, live, and that's what we do. And it's pretty cool. It's stuff you're not going to see, I guarantee you, anywhere else or prepare anywhere else. For example, an omelet. Ho-hum. Who doesn't know how to make an omelet? Well, I bet you a lot of people don't, because we're going to make one where everything is melted and just coincide together without putting it into an oven or anything else. Speaking of oven, we don't have any ovens. We have nothing but portable burners, and that's what we're using here today. And so that's what we always use. So this is a menu for 6 people or more, give or take, that you could produce at home. And what we try to do here is comprise this so you can do it for your friends and your family, co-workers, boss, and so on. The beautiful thing about this is Easter is a get-together of family, traditionally. I want you, after watching all 3 of these Part 3 series, to be able to menu a special Easter brunch for your family. I want pictures, okay? You can choose either one. We're going to start off with designer omelets. As you can see the set here today. This is a beautiful set, by the way, a beautiful set. Spent hours putting this thing together, weeding it. I even have bunny rabbits in collaboration with Easter. These are olives that I've taken and designed and made an actual bunny rabbit out of. You can see the ears, you can see the eyes, the little cottontail. That's a Q-tip. That's cotton. I say edible. Everything is edible. And they're actually munching on some carrots on a nice leaf there, as they would in the wild. Isn't that cool? Again, we try to make everything edible on this show and to present it. Obviously, the omelet du jour is going to be presented on this beautiful platter, of which I put on the serpentine here. and put this around. Isn't that gorgeous? We got a master chef there that's accompanied with a fruit basket. That omelet du jour, which we'll prepare today, will lay right next to it, garnished and preserved. It's just going to look beautiful. We also have to have a beverage to go with this. Today we're having mimosas. And check this out. Once again, the mimosas are obviously not in your traditional glassware as you would normally have. Again, the objective of walking away from a Steve Henry Show production and being able to do it in your own home is having the people that attend your function get in their car, drive home and say to each other, wow. You know when you watch a good movie, you know you've watched a great movie when you get in the car after watching the movie and no one says anything. You're like in awe. It's like, wow, I just can't believe what just happened. That's the effect. It's that wow effect, baby, that we shoot for here at the show. And so 3 parts. First is going to be omelet du jour, or as it's known by the sign indicates, designer omelets. The guests will walk up to the table and just blow their mind. They'll walk up prior to, I promise you, as you're getting ready. Now, when's it going to be ready? Well, just go sit down. It's a few minutes away. As they meander around and they look at everything, they're like blown away. This is like a hotel. Yes, it's a hotel, but even better, okay? So, omelet du jour is number 1, or designer omelets. Now, the guest comes up and he or she has a choice of, I don't know, 10 or 15 different types of entree items, condiments that will fit inside the omelet. And it's a beautiful thing. It's like a hotel. Yes, I said that. It's a hotel, bah. So, next week, Belgian waffles and crepes. We're going to do that kind of a sugary thing. And then the last one we'll finish out with eggs Benedict. But again, I want someone, or all of you, whoever, to pick one of the menu items that we're going to do in this 3-part series and actually prepare it, actually do it for Easter brunch. And I want to see pictures. When those pictures arrive, you know me, I'm going to make sure somebody wins. We'll put them up on the wall here, and I'll make you a superstar, a Steve Henry Show superstar, and probably reach into my checkbook and write a check because I think that's a cool thing. All right, so that's coming up. The Jeep's coming up, the spins today. Again, you don't want to go away. We are going to learn today how to make an omelet. Now, again, I know people say, oh, come on, Steve, anybody can make an omelet. No, not just anybody can make an omelet. We start off with our dirty burners. Oh, these are dirty or what? These are filthy, for crying out loud. I don't have a janitor service here or something. A little butter and a little avocado oil. I like the avocado oil in your egg. Now, your egg, we do a 2-to-1 ratio. In other words, I'll crack 2 eggs and I'll take 1 yolk out. I'll crack 2 eggs and I'll take 1 yolk out. I look for a frothy, very light, airy omelet. That's what we're shooting for here. You'll still have the flavor, you'll still have the color, you'll still have the looks, but it's just not going to be weighted down with another yolk, okay? And I'll get to that. You'll see the difference when you see this presentation. A little butter, a little avocado oil, and then we're going to put that egg mixture in there. Now, that egg mixture, as I'm going to send, is just the cream, fresh cream, and eggs. That's all it is. But again, that 2-to-1 ratio. The secret here is to get your skillet nice and hot. You want that bad boy hot. And again, we're just swirling around some butter and a little bit of avocado oil, getting that nice and hot where it's going to start spitting and sputtering a little bit. We'll pour our egg in there, and then I'm going to show you how to utilize your skillet and the temperature thereabouts to melt and just conjecture everything together. Just your bell pepper, your mushroom, your onion, whatever it is you do. Denver omelet we were going to do. Now, the Chinese perfected the Denver omelet in the 19th century. They were working on the railroads up in the north, I think, Colorado area, putting railroads together across the country. And they like their egg foo young, you know, that egg concoction that they do? Well, bell pepper and ham and on bread. It was actually a sandwich. And so that's where it all started. Yeah, that's where it all started, the Denver omelet, as it's known. All right, so this butter's talking. You might say, wow, that's a lot of butter, baby. It is kind of a lot of butter. But we're going to pour that egg mixture right there. And nothing wrong with a little butter or a lot of butter. And that's got to get good and hot. So it's starting to talk a little bit. Tuck and fold is a technique that we're going to start with once that egg hits that hot skillet. Tuck and fold is nothing more than making sure that your egg is fully cooked on top. And you do that by making sure that the egg is lifted up. The egg that's not cooked runs underneath it and hides for cover, but it doesn't get covered because it gets cooked. Yada, 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 yada. All right, so, and that's what we're doing right now. A good Teflon skillet, yeah, you don't want a sticky egg omelet. That's kind of a bummer. But the secret technique coming up here is what you're going to want to watch. And this has to do with, you have a spray bottle. I always keep a spray bottle. Now, if you're going to have a buffet type of scenario, you always want to have a spray bottle of water. Just spring water. What you do, I get the cameraman, he'll be a little upset with you, but you just keep everything nice and fresh and watered. The oranges, the mimosas there, we're going to do those in a little bit. But nonetheless, whoa, get going, Steve. He talks too much. He talks too much. All right, so We've got Arnold and Stephanie having a baby. I don't know, Rick 77 and Alicia and all everybody's here. Okay, now the secret part is flipping. You don't use a spatula. You get in there with a spatula. All right, the secret to a good omelet is to flip that bad boy over without busting an eye. And that's basically what we're going to do. See how easy that is? Anybody could do that. Well, almost anybody. All right, so a little cheese. We're going to put some cheese. Now, what kind of cheese, Steve? Somebody asked that question a few times ago. The cheese portion is really important as well because that is your mozzarella, your cheddar, and your jack. I like a little mozzarella. I like to see somebody get embarrassed when they eat into one of my omelets and they pull that string of cheese out. It's about 5 feet long, and it's like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? All right, now, here comes the technique part. At this point, normally what somebody would do is just flip this bad boy over, right, and call it even. Well, that's kind of what we're going to do. A little bit. We're going to go ahead and put another skillet down. Pay attention. Another skillet down. We're going to get a little heat in that, and we're going to put just a tad bit of oil. This is again that avocado oil. Now, why this second technique, Steve? Well, I'm going to show you here in just a moment. We're going to put this into another skillet, and we're going to do a procedure here that's just going to take a second, just a second, but it will ensure that all of the ingredients are melted flawlessly together. Now I'm just going to tuck and fold that bad boy over. There, you see that? We'll do it simple. I'm going to do a taco shape here. I'm going to keep that there, just like so. We'll do it in a taco. I was going to get fancy and do it kind of differently, but anyways, I'm going to keep it really simple for you. Okay, so again, we're going to put some more cheese on top of that. We all love cheese here. We found that out during nacho time. All right, so there is the omelet. Now, what do we do now, Steve? What in the world are you doing? All right, well, here we go. Now, we take our spray bottle again. The spray bottle, again, nothing but spring water. We're going to turn this up full blast. You can see the puffiness of this egg, and we are just literally, what are you doing? You're steaming the bad boy. That's right, that's right. This is steamed for about 1.5 to 2 minutes with a high temperature in that steam. We're going to do it one more time just so it just talks to us. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Look at that. Now, that is amazing. Now, we're going to turn that burner off. And again, this isn't a normal stove or like Martha, and I always say this, those poor guys, I know. I rag on them pretty hard, but nonetheless, they deserve it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, now, we're going to just kind of wind this down. The mimosas. Anybody know what a mimosa is? Yeah, it's equal parts champagne and fresh squeezed orange juice. We have taken the liberty of fresh squeezing the orange juice. We're going to put that into our liter here. That is our nice fresh squeezed orange juice. Oh, lovely. And we have some champagne. Now, again, for those of you that do not do champagne or adult beverages, I totally understand. We don't want to complicate things in any way, shape, or form. Now, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, loved ones. This is an omelet that is perfectly, flawlessly prepared. And that is how you do it right there. A little messy, Steve. Yeah, that's what he does. But let's spin that around. And that, loved ones, is a perfectly prepared omelet that is melted. And again, every ingredient, I assure you, has gotten together and loved one another and just gotten that groove and melted and gotten together. And the flavor, now you can actually taste it in your egg. There are people that will literally, I've seen this before many times, that will actually put those ingredients into the egg, you know, and whip it up. And it looks terrible when it comes out. It doesn't look like a beautiful omelet such as this, where you have, how light is that? That is amazingly light. And I can assure you, if we were to cut this, let's go ahead and cut it. If you were to cut this, you would see a perfectly melted together omelet. Those ingredients are cooked together, one another together and melted. And when you bite into that, when you take that fork and you get a little bit of that mozzarella on there and it's string, like a first date, how about that for embarrassment? You got that big old thing coming out of your, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but nonetheless, it's fun. And so we're going to spin that around again. Those are the rabbits, the garnish. This is exactly how I would expect you to present this to your guest on Easter brunch and have them go, oh my God. Now, that's just part of it. The other part is, wait till they taste this thing. It is light, it is airy, it is fluffy, it is delicious. It is the best tasting omelet, I promise you, you'll ever put your lips to. You got about 5 minutes, if my calculations are correct, to get your name in the comment section. If you've arrived late, that's okay. Tardy is okay, as long as you're there by 4:20. And those names are important today because I'm going to spin a lot. I hope everyone is going to be here and waiting because we are going to spin, spin, spin. I would make 2 omelets. I'll probably make one for the staff a little bit later, 4 or 5 omelets possibly. Okay, I'm hearing in my ear maybe 10 omelets, the way we're going to do it this way. But that is how, loved ones, you would do an omelet. I was going to do a cheese omelet, but that is just, isn't that gorgeous? Now, accompanied alongside this is a beverage. You're going to need a beverage. Today we're going to do the adult beverage. Now, that is the champagne, equal parts of champagne and orange. We're going to use just a basic Corbel champagne. We've already put some in there. But again, just equal parts. And as that frosts a little bit, we're going to show you how to present this, not in your traditional glassware. Now, most people, if you go to somebody's house and you have a mimosa beverage or an orange juice beverage, you're going to have a piece of glass, okay? Not good at all. We are going to do it properly. Again, everything here is in an edible format. We will take, there's two different versions. There is the little mug, the Mugamoo, okay? And if you were to do the Mugamoo, you just basically pour that into there like so, and let's try this. Oh, that's delicious. And what makes it delicious is not just the orange juice and the champagne combination, but the fact that you're getting an orange flavor in that. And it's leak-proof. It won't leak on you. And the big one is, if you really want to impress them, you would put the tall version in there, and you would just literally pour your champagne in there, or your mimosa as it's known, and you would literally suck that right out of your naranjas, or your orange, and that goes just like so. So that is your mug. That is how I'll get you a better look. I can move that down a little bit, and you can get a better display look of that mimosa. Isn't that great? That is amazing. I think that is just traditionally something very cool. And again, that is nothing more than your oranges put together, hollowed out, and holding its liquid very well. All right, so we pulled those off, obviously, of our vine here. If you haven't noticed, the set is just gorgeous today. All right, the omelet, oh man, you can just see, again, this is now, about 4 minutes old. That cheese has literally melted perfectly. You don't have to put that in an oven. You don't have to put it in a microwave. You don't have to do anything with it. You literally just hand hold that thing to its proper cradle and to its proper grave. Okay, and the fruit cup, that is nothing more than the Easter basket, if you didn't notice. A very cool thing. The rabbit, I'll just briefly mention that one more time. You take that rabbit, you just kind of carve a V for that ear, tuck that in, put them on a little carrot, and boy, it's just if they don't say wow after that, now something is definitely wrong. The spinner should be arriving here any minute. When we do that spin, I'm allowing a little bit more time today, a little less food and a little more time for the spin, because I did promise we are here to help, loved ones. God produces this show, and God basically gives me the insight for the food, the displays, and everything. Part one was very simple, but again, I want to keep it simple because I want to pay somebody a big check when they send me a picture and they said, you know what, we tried number 2, part 2. That was the Belgian waffle and the crepes. Wait till you see that display. Again, this is all going to be amazing. And then, of course, the Eggs Benedict. So here comes the spinner. The spinner has arrived, and again, we're right behind you with the spinner. We are going to grab that. Thank you so much, Shauna. And yeah, I don't want to cut the cords there. We are limited on space, obviously, here. This spinner is very important today because, as I was alluding to earlier, is we are here to help. It is produced by God. It comes through me, through you, and it's your channel. By the way, we need your help. Keep sharing this thing. Let those commercials play through. I know you don't want to be a skipper dipper, but you gotta be, because that is how we generate revenue. And when we generate revenue after paying all the bills, which again has not happened, so you can imagine when we do hit the red or get out of the red and hit the black for once, man, what's going to happen to this show and what's going to happen to you? It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's all going to go back to you. This is the first show of its kind on YouTube that I'm aware of that will put the proceeds, net profit, back into where it belongs. You. It's your show. And so that's where it belongs. We spin for $200. We do that 2 or 3 times a week. But again, gotta keep going off track here. What is wrong? We have some high gas prices. The world right now is difficult, and I'm more aware of that than anybody. I could tell you a story. I don't make this stuff up, and I can't make it up, but it's rough out there. Let's just put it that way. I'll leave that out. I was going to tell you something, but it's kind of personal to somebody, but it's rough out there, no matter how you cut it. I'm here to help. We're here to help you get past that. I'm going to give out $50 increments. I was thinking gas cards, but you know what? Just $50. I'll send out $50 as far as the eye can see after the $200 spins. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's a little something. I want to help you get past this. And I know it's rough out there. I know. I I hear from you. I see from you. We're going to spin here. Okay, this is the first $200. The first $200 spin, and around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Lots of names in here today for the first $200. By the way, last week, whenever we have one hanging out here, this one I kind of deem special for some reason. He or she wants to jump out of that thing, so I'm going to pull this one. But last week we had two brothers, different addresses, but two brothers win the $200, which is kind of weird. I've never had that happen before out of the three. All right, Steve, here we go. Number one, and I promise you, good. Wow, I see this person a lot, and not that matters a lot, but it does. When I sit down on Sunday morning, I get up with JB and Moses, my two dogs. I sit down, I have my fresh squeezed orange juice, and I go through the show. I don't do anything when I leave here. I've got to clean up, of course, but tomorrow morning is when I sit down. I go through the comments. I look and watch every one of you, and I love you. You know, Jenny, Lynn, Angelo. Oh man, you just made a car payment. I hope I get you. I told you I was going to do that today. I mean, Shelby. Brandy's here. I mean, gosh, you guys are just beautiful people. I love, and the comments, they really do mean a lot. And you guys interact a lot. We have a lot of new people today too, which is great. I love new people. You're going to love this show as we proliferate through our mark. All right, shut up, Steve. Jesse McKeegan, or McKeegan. You know how I am with names. I even get my name wrong sometimes. Steven or Steve, but Jesse McKeegan, I see you, Jesse Mack. I see you a lot in the comment section, and that is so cool. You have won the first $200 check, and congratulations, my love, because I see you a lot. I think it's the first time here, which is very cool. Number two, not that number two, but number two. Oh, we almost had another one hanging out of there. All right, we're just going to pull over here. A lot of new people. You know what new people do to me? They make me happy. I love new people. I don't know where you come from. I'd love to know where you come from. Hey, by the way, this is more important than anything else. Stop right now. Stop everything. Stop. I need everybody who participates in the comment section today or anytime. I need you to go to the new Steve Henry show and put your email in and your contact information. There's nothing more than, pardon my language, pisses me off when I go to write a check on Monday and I can't get it out. It's like I go to April. April, who is? We don't know. You've got to put your contact info, and I promise you, we don't do anything with it. Nothing more than I write an envelope out with your name on it and send it to you. We don't use it for marketing or any of that garbage. This is a very private community as well, by the way. We do not share. A lot of times people are always knocking, they want me to do this and do that for them. But no, we're not going to do that. We're not sharing information. All right, so here we go. Number two. Wow, this is somebody I don't know either. Mary Thomas. Give it up for Mary Thomas. Number two, baby. And $200 going out to Mary Thomas. Congratulations. Mary Thomas, I believe you might be a new person. I don't recall seeing that name ever. All right, I am going to hold back on any more 200s, and I'll tell you why. I want to give as much money away as I can in the time that I have. So I'm just going to reach in here, and we're just going to grab. Now, this is basically, I'm just going to grab a little handful here, okay, right off the bat here. This is going to combat gas prices, food prices, and it's also going to do something else, very important. It's going to put you in a position where I have paid you $50, and you go into a special compartment, if you will, when I have to write a check to you. And there's a reason for that. We're going to have a big get-together one day of all the winners. You get my drift? That's almost like I'm hoping everybody get it. So when we have that big get-together, wherever it's going to be, I'm going to have one exclusively for the Jeep winners. We'll have about 15 of those, and we'll have a very private, very, very cool party for them. But the people that won even $50, yeah, you're going to be invited to a very special party. So this is very important. First one, $200. Lessa Salvador. Lessa, give it up for Lessa. I'm going to put those over there. You got a $50 check coming on Monday. Next up, we got another one. We got Deborah Martell. Yeah, hey, Deborah from right up the road. Man, I love you, Deborah. Hey, how's that? Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Are you watching? He better be watching, too. All right, Tanya Jackson. Give it up for Tanya Jackson. There's another one. Let's keep going, though. Where she stops, nobody knows. These spinners. All right, let's grab another handful here. All right, who's going to get another $50? And again, $50 is important because, like I said, you go into a very special cave, if you will. Kind of keep these together because I got to make sure. I don't want to give Les a 200 and John 250 and him 500. I got to keep this separate. So the 50's got to stay on the omelet plate. All right, word builder. I see you quite often. I'm glad you won. This is your first time too. Give it up for Word Builder. $50 coming to you. And what is this? MYOB. That used to be something I had in high school. BYOB. Bring your own beer. MYOB. You got to be new too. That's kind of cool. You have won $50 today too. I'm just gonna keep going here. The next $50 winner. Boy, somebody said that's my wife calling. Steve, stop it. We don't have any money. Okay. I'm gonna just mute that. Let's just mute that phone. What do you say? Give it up for muting. Give it up for muting. Okay, fine. We just muted your phone out. Sorry. Oh my God. The host of the party. Give it up for Del Maverick, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Del Maverick. Woohoo! Pam Epston. Pam, I love you too, Pam. Oh my phone is Fawn. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my God. And how about Josh Hart? Give it up for Josh Hart. Another $50 winner, Josh Hart. All right. Whew, it's getting warm in here, and we are, gosh darn, I've run out of time. It's 27 minutes past the hour of the show. They confine me to about 28 minutes, so I got about a minute to go. I'll pull one more out, just one more. Yeah, one more. All right, just one more. I just love doing it. You can see how I love doing this, and I'm telling you, loved ones, when we hit the black, when we get out of this red swamp, and how are we going to get out of this red swamp, Steve? Well, I need you to share this video with as many people as you can. Let's get people talking. The more people, I don't know, it's just about a community thing, and it's how YouTube pays us, okay? I don't particularly like it, but it's the way it is. It's how we have to roll, okay? Roll, roll, roll your boat. But nonetheless, oh, I love this guy too. You're going to have a baby here soon. Stephanie, kick this guy off the couch. Arnaldo just got $50. He's worth it, baby! All right, that's cool. Arnaldo, give it up for Arnaldo. $50. All right. All right, next week is a part 2 of a part 3 series. That is going to be the Belgian waffles and the crepes. Peanut butter and jelly crepes. I don't know. Crepes Suzette, bananas, Foster crepes. I'm not sure, but they're going to be freaking awesome. And I'm going to put together the skillets right here, make them out in front of you. You'll be able to do that. Now, if you're taking notes, I hope you are, because, as I mentioned, I want a winner. I want somebody to show me on an Easter Sunday brunch that you partook in one of these menu items, and the people went, wow, I want to see that. Wow! You give me a picture like that I could put on the wall, I'll write a check, and I'll write a big one. Love you. Look forward to next week. Eggs Benedict will be week number 3. Shelby, you're my youngest. You know that. Sue, I love you. You're not the oldest. Who wants to come forward and say, no, I'm the oldest, okay? Love you guys. I'll see you next week. God bless you.